Currently, only 1.5% of people in the entire world are millionaires. Even less are billionaires. Now, I've been lucky enough to work with and consult with a few of them over the past year, and each one of them have taught me something invaluable about success and how they operate at a higher level than all these destitute Denny's that waste our fucking time. Today, I'm sharing 6 game-changing lessons I've learned from working with the ultra-high net worth individuals. Over the past 2 years of moving online for my coaching business, I've consulted with and worked in a one-on-one capacity with some of the wealthiest people on the planet. Through these transactions and interactions, I've had a front row seat on how billionaires and millionaires think, communicate, and operate. These aren't just business tactics, these are mindset shifts that separate those who build empires from everybody else. Now, before we dive in, if you're looking to optimize your own health and wealth strategy and are investing in your own performance, stick around until the end where I'll share how the Capital Performance Solution can help you think and perform like the ultra wealthy. Let's get into it. First lesson, millionaires and billionaires like to text more than they call. You might be thinking, wait, don't they have assistants, legal teams, entire offices? Yeah, they do. But when you're dealing with them directly, it's more common for them to text or use voice notes. And here's why. These guys understand that their time is their most valuable asset. Jeff Bezos makes $150K per minute. So a 30-minute phone call, that's just not worth his time or the opportunity cost. When I do get these guys on the phone though, it is the holy grail experience of sales calls. It is straight to the point, there's no bullshit. Here's the result, they want it. And if they are confident you can deliver, they move forward with an immediate transaction. No joking. One thing I have noticed is when you start getting to the venture capital, Goldman Sachs, and household name actor level, they usually like to communicate on apps like Signal or Scred, where the messages disappear fast, especially for sensitive transactions or messages. Any drawn out responses, they're going to be done with their assistants, and they have code words to let you know when they're in no contact mode. Now believe me, trust is huge with these guys, and you better keep your fucking mouth shut if they reach back to you in one of these cases, as they are likely handling sensitive or high ROI activities that need their attention. Meanwhile, somebody who's a dividend douchebag and always playing small with more concern about downside or scarcity is going to reach out over and over and over again, put off investing in themselves, and find every excuse in the book to object to the guaranteed results that I've delivered 100 times now. The irony? The less wealthy someone is, the more they complicate the process. Millionaires and billionaires get it. Wealth isn't just about money. It's about protecting your greatest asset, which is time. And with maximizing time comes great clarity, which is why they operate on absolutes and data versus guessing or playing scared all the time. Literally now, in the past 2 weeks, I've had 2 of these clients move forward on deals. And all it took was one simple text followed by a Slack notification that the payment hit a few seconds later. Done. Let's roll. No back and forth. No hour-long strategy calls. The takeaway: if you're trying to work with high net worth individuals, respect their time. Text them, be concise, get to the fucking point. They're on their phones more than you think, just don't waste their time on unnecessary conversations. Which leads me into lesson number 2. They are experts at not wasting time. My first call with somebody who does over 1 million annually was a refreshing experience. 30 minutes in, hey, I've looked at your stuff. This looks exactly like what I need. Tell me more. Deal closed, paid in full, instant transaction. And you know what? It wasn't stressful. It was actually relaxing. We got straight to the conversation that actually mattered. Why? Because they can sniff out whether something is worth it or not. When they can see and sense this investment is going to deliver and get them the fastest results possible, to give them the biggest ROI on that investment, there is no reason for them to not move forward or overanalyze the situation like a fucking destitute Denny. And here's what I realized with this lesson. High earners make big decisions fast because that's literally their job. They've trained themselves to eliminate decision fatigue on things that don't matter so they can focus on what does. Broke people focus on the small things and how they can save every little penny for the smallest returns possible. Doesn't this sound familiar? Kind of like those dividend douchebags who are still on and on about SCHD's 3% returns. Millionaires and billionaires are focused on how to use their money as a tool to generate even bigger outsized returns long term. Steve Jobs wore the same outfit every day. Jeremy Haynes does the same, and his trainer drops off his food to him at his desk already portioned. Obama famously said he only wears gray or blue suits because he has too many other decisions to make that are so much more important. So stop overthinking small decisions. Save your mental energy for the decisions that actually move the needle. Millionaires and billionaires automate, delegate, or speed through everything else. Lesson 3, millionaires and billionaires are always on guard about being taken advantage of. That is why it's so hard to get in touch with them. They don't trust people easily. They've been burned before multiple times and they've learned. Every new person entering their circle is there for a reason and they know it. So how do you build trust with somebody like that? If you want to be in their network, you need to show them you add value to their life. These are the clients that if they ask for something that may cost you $100 on fulfillment, you just suck it up and do it. Obviously, they can afford it, and so can you. But if you show them unrivaled speed and service, that $100 favor for you often means they're going to return the favor by 10 to 100 times it down the road. Because remember, when you're working with high status clients, it is also giving you the potential access to their inner and outer circles. You're providing them a service and getting access to something that other people pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for. So this isn't something to be taken lightly if you want to learn from those that are levels above you. But here's one thing, that trust can be destroyed in an instant. If you have a 10-year relationship with a billionaire, you lie once, you're out. You miss a deadline, see ya. Overstep a boundary, fuck yourself. Loyalty is everything to them when the relationship works both ways. If it doesn't work, they move on without hesitation. So the takeaway here is trust is earned slowly and lost instantly. If you want to work with the ultra wealthy, deliver consistently, never overpromise, make sure you overdeliver, and always protect their interests before your own. Lesson number 4, they understand the difference between possessions and growth, and they are not afraid to spend. But here's what's interesting. They are incredibly cheap on some things, but will overspend by millions on others. So they'll kill a deal over $5 here because it's not moving the needle, but then they'll turn around and spend tens or hundreds of millions over here because it's an investment on future growth. Warren Buffett is the classic example. Same house since 1958, same car. Same McDonald's breakfast, paying with the change from his cup holder. Then you have the Saudi royals with the mega yachts, Bezos with his compounds, Insta-famous people with fleets of cars, Wes Watson paying the lease on a Bugatti. But then there's Elon Musk, who owns no houses. So what's the pattern? Millionaires and billionaires spend money when it creates a return. A yacht isn't just a toy, it's where deals get done. They invite other billionaires on board. That's networking at scale. And it's showing status that few have. The same as with their oceanfront property beach estates, Palm Beach compounds, multi-million-dollar mansions. These aren't just flexes, they're tools. Hop on my Boeing. I'll pick you up in an hour. Let's talk about the deal. Most people spend money to look wealthy. Millionaires and billionaires spend money to get wealthier. So the takeaway here is every dollar you spend should either bring you joy or bring you a return. If it's neither, it's a waste. Think like an investor, not a consumer. Lesson 5, the ultra rich only focus on what they are absolutely the best at. The ultra rich don't worry about the minutia like the little science-based lifters. They don't get stuck in the weeds. Every day they focus on the biggest decisions and only ones that they can make. Everything else, delegated. Now, obviously they built businesses to the point where they don't have to work the grunt work anymore, but here's the mindset shift. If you want to emulate the most successful entrepreneurs in the world, most of your day should be spent on what you are uniquely qualified to do. Everything else should be leveraged to others. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see, talented people doing $10 an hour tasks because they don't mind doing it. They want to save the money or they just enjoy doing it. Meanwhile, the ultra rich understand using other people and other people's money to leverage your work is a massive, massive tool. Do a time audit of your day. What are you doing that someone else could do near the same level or 80% as well? Delegate it. Your time should be spent in the zone of a genius, period. And finally, lesson number 6, billionaires are just like us, kind of. They're just regular people with regular people problems, but just way higher quality problems. They typically come to me not because they need to lose 100 pounds or get themselves in the right mindset, or they're desperate to figure out the most basic shit. They don't need the hand-holding and the babysitting like the low-status clients. These are men who have been well-oiled machines of efficiency, and they're now noticing some of that gusto and bravado eroding over time. A lot of times, they just notice the erosion with the beer gut starting to grow, brain fog creeping in, or productivity just starting to go down a little bit during productive hours. Instead of letting themselves completely go like the average man, they take action and hire an expert to get shredded, or undergo the Jeff Bezos TRT and peptide transformation to own the rooms they walk in and reclaim that status that was starting to fade. But here's the thing, they don't complain to everybody about it. They don't cry or run around looking for freebies. They just know they need to solve that problem and get back on track. And that's when I realized if you have a higher quality life, you just have higher quality problems. problems. My job became helping millionaires and billionaires solve their high quality problems. How to get their productivity and fat burning stacks delivered to the Middle East. How to keep performance maximized during long trips. Finding the perfect diet to align to their goals without taking away their productive hours. Streamlining blood work to be ordered and delivered to our medical doctors in a done-for-you manner where they don't have any manual input. They can't talk to their college friends about these things. It's awkward, it's incongruent, and a display of wealth and power that doesn't feel comfortable to them. So they need people in their circle who understand. I became that person. I said, I'll hook you up with blood work and a custom J-curve peptide stack to burn fat while you're working. By the way, do you need an expert to manage it all for you? Oftentimes, yes. The ultra-rich are still human. They still want to be happy. They still have emotions. They still want to be jacked and attractive, and they still cry watching Old Yeller, just like you or I. The only difference is they have more tools to invest in themselves to get outsized returns, since they aren't afraid of small amounts of risk like the average person. And the real takeaway here is, if you can solve high quality problems for high quality people, that's your ticket into their world. Once their friends see them getting those crazy results, it's a domino effect for referrals for you and your business. So those are the 6 lessons I've learned from working with real life million and billionaires in the high-end fitness and performance space. These principles have completely transformed how I think about time, money, trust, spending, leverage, and just opportunity. So if you're serious about optimizing your physical and financial performance and want to apply these principles to your portfolio, then I want to introduce you to the Capital Performance Solution. At the Capital Performance Solution, we work with high net worth individuals and business owners who want to think strategically about their wealth and their health, just like the 7 to 10 figure earners I've worked with. So whether you're looking to optimize your hormone profile, look like Hugh Jackman and Wolverine, add 4 to 6 prime earning years by turning back the clock, or just structure peptide stacks more efficiently to get a higher ROI in your 2 most valuable assets, your time and your health. We provide clarity, strategy, and execution you need to perform at the highest level. And we don't just give you a diet, we engineer performance. So click the link in the description to join my Skool group to learn more about what I do and hop on my free coaching call every Sunday. Or if you know this is exactly what you need and you're all about efficiency, then DM me the word on Instagram, solution, and my bot will ask you a couple quick questions to qualify the fit and send you the information including pricing so we can get started right away. Because here's the truth, you don't need to be a billionaire to think and act like one. And if you found this video valuable, make sure to go ahead and like this video so more people can learn these lessons. Subscribe for more insights on wealth, business, and high performance thinking, or just comment below to let me know which lesson resonated the most with you. If there's a topic you want me to cover next, drop it in the comments. I read every single one. Now, I gotta get back to work. Got a few rich as fuck people to text, so I'll see you in the next one.